Hey everyone, Reptile Sam here. So if you've been following along with Sprout Saga, you know that I only have a few viable eggs from this clutch, or potentially viable. So I'm doing everything I can to get them incubated well. Since I don't have a professional incubation system, I have the eggs in a plastic shoebox on a heat mat with a Inkbird brand Wi-Fi thermostat set to 80 degrees. So I've watered my vermiculite and I tried to keep the soil or the vermiculite moist, and I check on them every couple of days to get some airflow in there. But I've noticed recently that the two eggs I have that may be viable are getting, one's a little bit deflated and one has a bit of a clear spot in the egg shell. So what causes that? The latter is caused by too much moisture on the egg itself. The dimpling on the egg, I think the egg was a bit dry or just a little bit deformed along with most of the close to 20 eggs that were not fertile in the first place. So what we're going to do today is we're going to get these eggs elevated up off of the substrate and hopefully fix both problems at once. So my substrate is nice and damp, very moist and wet in there. So all you need to do this project is a takeout container from a restaurant and a pair of scissors. So let me show you what we're going to do. So be careful with your scissors. It's kind of hard to cut these little things, but you can see what I did here is I just kind of drawn some lines with the scissors and punched out a few pieces. It does not need to look nice at all, so just be on the bottom for some of the airflow. So this side of the takeout container, we just punched some holes in it. Again, be very careful with your scissors. You don't want to hurt yourself trying to stab through this, but just get some holes in there, maybe a couple larger holes like you see in the back, and then some smaller holes as well. What we're going to do is we're going to put this in the incubator like so, and put the eggs in here. So there'll be a direct drip tray all the way down to the vermiculite substance, but the eggs will also be a little bit elevated off of the vermiculite itself. So here's our probe for the thermostat. That's where it has been because the eggs have been sitting directly on the substrate, and those eggs don't look great given Sprout's really hard birthing sequence, and they just aren't looking super hot, but we're going to hope that they hatch and out and incubate. You can see we have drawn two little black lines on top of the eggs, so we know which way's up. You always want your eggs to stay upright and not fall over. So let's put this top of this on here. So this is only like less than ½ an inch from here down to the substrate right now. We're going to gradually take our eggs and put them in here face up. There's all kinds of professional things you can purchase for this, but we are just going to try to keep our eggs doing okay. And hopefully they'll hatch out. We have no idea right now if they will or not, but this is the best we can do. So whenever you don't have a great lay from one of your snakes, or she's not doing too hot, just do the best you can for her eggs, and hope for the best. While this isn't a permanent solution or a expert solution to this problem, if you don't have a professional incubation system and you encounter these types of problems with your eggs, it's a solution that can work and hopefully will. So keep your fingers crossed for me and follow along with this saga and see if these two little eggs hatch out or not at reptile.sam on Instagram, or subscribe to me here on YouTube. So thanks for watching, and we'll talk to you guys soon.